Trapped in a violent, controlling relationship with wealthy scientist Adrian Griffin, Cecilia Kass drugs him and sneaks through the house. After the dog sets off Adrian's car alarm, she escapes in the dead of night and disappears into hiding, aided by her sister Emily. Although Cecilia is almost caught by Adrian, the sisters drive off into the night. Adrian finds a prescription bottle on the road. Cecilia hides out with her childhood friend James, a police detective, and his teenage daughter Sydney. 2 weeks later, Adrian commits suicide and leaves Cecilia $5 million in his will. As Cecilia tries to move forward, she becomes plagued with misfortune. When she leaves her breakfast cooking, the stove turns up and catches fire. At a job interview, Cecilia opens her briefcase to find it empty. After trying to stand, she faints and is taken to the hospital. Later on, the doctor calls and says they found high levels of Diazepam in her system. Shortly thereafter, she finds the same prescription bottle with which she drugged Adrian, and which she dropped on the night of the escape in her bathroom. She arranges a meeting with Adrian's brother Tom and insists that Adrian has found a way to become invisible. Tom and James do not believe her and disregard her concerns. Cecilia turns to her sister, only to discover that Adrian sent Emily a hateful email from her account. Emily tells her that Adrian is dead and slams the door in her face. Cecilia goes home to read the email and breaks down. She is comforted by Sydney, but Adrian hits her and makes Cecilia look responsible. James yells at her and rushes his daughter out of the house. Distraught, Cecilia tries a number of tactics to catch Adrian before finally pouring paint on him and confirming she is not crazy. A violent struggle ensues and she flees the house. She visits Adrian's home to investigate and discovers a suit that uses cameras to render the wearer invisible. She takes it and hides it in the house before escaping another attack. When Cecilia attempts to tell her sister about the suit, Adrian slits Emily's throat in a packed restaurant and puts the knife in her hand to frame Cecilia for the murder. Remanded to a treatment center while she awaits trial, Cecilia is informed by the medical staff that she is pregnant. Tom visits her and offers to help her if she agrees to return to Adrian and raise the child together, acknowledging that he helped his brother stage his suicide. Cecilia refuses his offer but manages to steal a pen from his briefcase, which she uses later to slit her wrists in an attempt to lure Adrian out. When he tries to stop her, she stabs him repeatedly. This causes his suit to malfunction and flicker in and out of visibility, drawing the attention of security. Adrian incapacitates and murders the security staff as he flees the building, but Cecilia follows him and attempts to kill him with a security guard's gun. Adrian subdues her and admits that he will not harm her while she is pregnant. He plans to kill Sydney instead. Cecilia races to James' house, where she finds them both being attacked. She sprays a fire extinguisher and ends up shooting and killing who she believes to be Adrian. She unmasks the intruder, revealing Tom instead. When police find Adrian alive at his house, claiming that he was his brother's captive all along, Cecilia realizes that Adrian sent Tom to James' house in his place, knowing what would happen. In an attempt to get Adrian to admit to his role, she meets him for dinner at his home to discuss her pregnancy while wearing a wire for James to listen through. She offers to reconcile, but only if he is honest with her about his involvement. Adrian denies it, but when Cecilia starts to cry, he alludes to one of the cruel things he did to her. Cecilia smiles and says she needs to go clean herself up. Cecilia dons the invisible suit and slits Adrian's throat in full view of a security camera, making it seem as if he committed suicide. After changing out of it, she puts on a show for the cameras, stepping out of view to taunt a dying Adrian. James rushes in and asks Cecilia what happened. She assures him that Adrian indeed committed suicide. Despite spotting the invisible suit in her handbag, he accepts her story.